Hello students, today we are going to study kinetic molecular theory of gases. Actually, what are these theories? Actually, these theories of gases were given when we have studied about Boyle's law, Charles' law, Avogadro law, Gay-Lussac's law. Okay, all these were formulated to give the formulas regarding constant temperature, pressure and all, how they are related to each other, how they were able to give. Okay, because those were all, we say what, ideal gas equation, isn't it? Ideal gas equation means what? Which is having something or the other we are keeping constant, isn't it? And then we are getting the result. So accordingly, this kinetic molecular theory of gases was formulated by the scientists. Okay, so first it was said what? Large number of identical particles. It can be atoms, it can be molecules. Okay, they are very small and they are far apart. Okay, so as they are very small and far apart, their actual volume becomes negligible. Okay, and they are point masses, so they can be compressed at a greater extent. Actually, what happens in this case of gases, their molecules are very small. Okay, and they are too far apart. Naturally, the volume which they will occupy will be a large one, isn't it? Because they are far apart. They can move here and there. They are point masses. So actual volume becomes negligible. Okay, and when the actual volume becomes negligible, it can be neglected. Okay, now here they are point masses. If we are saying anything, it is a point mass. Naturally, they are far apart. Naturally, they can be compressed if the pressure is applied, isn't it? If more pressure is given and temperature is kept down, what will happen? It can be compressed. Okay, and here we see in gases what? That there is no force of attraction, and as the result, they can move here and there and occupy all the space which is provided to it, wherever it is kept. Okay, now the particles of gases are at constant random motion. Naturally, they are point masses, they are far apart. Naturally, what will happen? They have quite tremendous amount of space where they can move, isn't it? And so they are in constant random motion or in zigzag motion. Okay, and if they are in constant motion, zigzag motion, occupying whole space, naturally they will not have a fixed shape. Okay, now coming next. Okay, particles move in every direction in straight line. Okay, pressure exerted by the gas. Okay, what happened in this? Actually, this can move anywhere. I'm saying in zigzag motion, but it moves in a straight line only, isn't it? But in zigzag motion. Okay, naturally when they are moving, what will happen? This gas can exert pressure. One molecule is here, one molecule is here, other is here, other is here. Okay, what will happen? They are moving. Naturally, they will create pressure. Okay, and this exerts pressure. Naturally, suppose if the gas is present in a bottle. This example we have studied from small classes only. What happens? We say that yes, they exert pressure on the walls. Why they exert pressure on the walls? Because they are in zigzag motion, and naturally if they are in zigzag motion, they will occupy the area in order to, the end area in order to move, and as the result it exerts what? Pressure. And here pressure is exerted. Why? Because here collision of the gases molecules takes place, isn't it? So as the particles are in constant random motion, naturally they are colliding. These collisions which we are talking about, they are perfectly elastic in nature. Maybe when they collide, their energy is different, okay, but when we take up the sum, it remains similar. So energy which is before is equal to energy which is after the collisions. Okay, so at the time, okay, what happened? Different particles may have different what? Speed, okay, and different energy. Okay, particles collide, naturally the speed will change, and when the speed changes, okay, naturally speed will change, but the energy, I said to you all, the total energy when we are taking it is similar. Okay, now here you can see they have different kinetic energy, different velocity, and as a result we have to take out what? in this the average kinetic energy. Naturally, after collisions, what is happening? Their energy is becoming different, their speed is becoming different, so we have to take out the average. So average is what? The average kinetic energy we will be taking out. This average, when we talk about kinetic energy, what does it depend? It depends upon temperature. If temperature is more, what will happen? Kinetic energy will be more, isn't it? So here, what happens when we heat a gas? Okay, what happens? The pressure increases, keeping what? The volume constant. So this is about the kinetic molecular theory of gas. Now let us study behavior of real gases, which shows deviation from ideal gas behavior. Okay, so how does this real gases shows deviation from ideal gas? Okay, so for that you can see a graph has been plotted over here. Okay, against what? Pressure and pressure volume. Okay, so here we have taken this straight line, you can see, is of the ideal gas, which is behaving as an ideal gas. Okay, now another four gases we have taken, that is hydrogen, helium, carbon monoxide and methane. Okay, so what happens? We see some difference when we plot the graph. Okay, this hydrogen and helium is showing positive deviation from the ideal gas, but carbon monoxide and methane, we see what? It first shows negative deviation. You can see over here. Okay, reaches at a point of the ideal gas, but it goes on increasing, showing what? Positive deviation. Okay, so here when we are seeing this graph, we see that yes, there are some gases which does not follow the ideal behavior. Okay, but yes, this is also true that at keeping some conditions, okay, they also behave like at some point or the other like a ideal gas. Okay, so real gases do not follow gas equation perfectly under all the conditions. Okay, every time it will not show. Yes, if we are keeping something or the other condition constant, they can also show what? Ideal gas behavior. From this graph you can see another graph which I have plotted, volume and pressure graph. Okay, in this what we are seeing, this is the curve of what? The ideal gas. Okay, and this is for the real gas. It is not similar, isn't it? Can you see over here? It is not similar. When the pressure is high, we see what? There is a deviation in the value of the what? The real gases. It is not behaving like an ideal gas. But when, yes, the pressure is decreased, it is lowered, we see what? That yes, they are also behaving like what? Ideal gases. Okay, so here you can see one condition, that high pressure, real gas will not behave like an ideal gas. Yes, when the pressure is lower, when it is decreased, it will show somehow or the other behavior like the ideal gases. So we all know there is a deviation between real gases and ideal gases, isn't it? But there are two things which real gases does not follow this kinetic theory of gases or the ideal gases. Okay, what are they? First, there is no force of attraction between the molecules of the gases. This kinetic theory says, its first law, that there is no force of attraction between the molecules of the gases. So gases must never liquefy, isn't it? कभी भी गैस को लिक्विफाई नहीं करना चाहिए, वो लिक्विड में चेंज ही नहीं कर सकता. It can't change into the liquid. But what do we see? The gas is liquefied. Okay, how does it liquefy? When the temperature is low and we apply pressure to it, or when the temperature is low and it is compressed. Okay, so actually when the temperature is low and it is compressed, we see a deviation. What we see a deviation, that real gases, okay, under high pressure, what happens? Does not strike the wall. Instead what? They have the impact on each other molecules only, isn't it? And as they interact among themselves. And when they interact among themselves, not the walls, if it was in the gaseous state, if it was in the obeying the ideal gas, it would strike the wall if the pressure is applied. But it is not doing that. They are interacting among themselves. and as the result, if they are interacting, there is some molecular forces between them, okay, and they come closer to each other forming liquid, isn't it? So here what we can say, pressure total is what? The pressure which is observed, and the correction term comes, that is an square upon v square. Okay, so this much pressure is created, or it is there when the molecules are interacting between themselves, not at the walls of the container. Okay, so pressure total is equal to pressure real plus an square upon v square, where a is a constant known as van der Waals constant. Okay, now come next. The volume of the molecules of a gas is negligibly small in comparison to the space occupied by the gas. Naturally, when we are taking the simple molecules, point molecules of the gases, the volume is comparatively very small to the total volume which is occupied by the gas. Okay, so if this is there, okay, if this is right, so what happens? The pressure volume graph of the real gas and theoretically the calculated from the Boyle's law and the ideal gas, it should be coinciding. The real gas's value and the ideal gas's value should coincide, but in the last year only, before we have seen that they don't coincide. Okay, there is a vast deviation, and that can be corrected by using the what expression V minus NB, where again B is a constant and that is a van der Waals constant. Okay, and as a result, now we will not write PV. Instead of PV, we will be writing whole this and whole this, and that is equal to what? nRT. So now let us see what is van der Waals equation now then. Okay, it is P plus an square upon V square, okay, in the bracket, and second V minus NB, which we have studied right now only, is equal to nRT. Okay, it is actually what? The pressure volume correction only of the ideal gas, okay, given by whom? Van der Waals, and known as van der Waals equation. Okay, at very low temperature, what happens? The intermolecular forces become significant. Okay, it comes into value, the intermolecular forces of the molecules, and as a result, when they come too near to each other, what happens? Their speed decreases and their attractive forces increases. Okay, so now this real gas will behave as ideal gases in keeping what? Temperature and pressure, okay, in such a condition in which the intermolecular forces are practically what? Negligible. Okay, so here we can say yes, what? When the pressure is 0, the real gas will behave as what? Ideal gas only, or real gas will be like the ideal gas only in behavior. Let us study about the compressibility factor Z. What is this compressibility factor? How much the real gases deviate from the ideal gases. Okay. So here this compressibility factor is equal to PV upon nRT. Okay. When Z is equal to 1, okay, at all temperature and pressure, it behaves like an ideal gas, and that is what PV is equal to nRT. Okay, when Z is approximately 1, okay, its pressure is less, and here we can see if pressure is low, here real gas can behave as an ideal gas. Okay, but what happens when Z is equal to more than 1? Here pressure is more. Naturally, what happens? It becomes difficult to compress. Okay, and when Z is less than 1, what happens? The pressure is what? Intermediate. Okay, so now let us study with the help of graph pressure versus compressibility factor, that is PV upon nRT. Okay, here we see what? This straight line represents the ideal gas, that is Z is equal to 1. Okay, in case of carbon dioxide, methane and oxygen, first they show what? Negative compressibility factor. Okay, here the attractive forces are more, but in case of nitrogen we see what? First repulsive forces are less, but then it goes on more, and in hydrogen repulsive forces are constantly increasing. So here Z is what? Positive in nature, and here repulsive forces are more. So you can see how it is being deviating from the ideal gas, this carbon dioxide, methane and oxygen, and hydrogen and nitrogen. Now up to what pressure, okay, the gas follows the ideal gas law. It depends upon what? The nature of the gas and its temperature. Okay, so at this temperature of the real gas, at which it obeys the ideal gas at a range of pressure is known as what? Boyle's temperature or Boyle's point. Above Boyle's temperature, the real gas shows what? The positive deviation. Okay, and below Boyle's temperature or point, this compressibility factor will be saying that it has got the minimum value. Minimum value means what? Negative deviation. Okay, so now here compressibility factor is equal to what? P V real upon nRT. Okay, so V real will be what? Z nRT upon P, isn't it? Now V ideal is equal to nRT upon P. So when we take out the ratio, what happens? The Z compressibility factor is equal to V real upon V ideal. This ratio of compressibility factor shows that how much this V real, okay, deviates from what? V ideal. How much the difference is there. So this is all for today. Good day. Take care.